burning question.
Very good evening, friends, to this edition of The Burning Question this Sunday evening. The fact that you're watching this Sunday shows how seriously you take your news, and that's why we'll try to bring you the most up-to-date news, as also, of course, a stirring debate on an important development of the day. General Pervez Musharraf passed away in Dubai, and some people in India are eulogizing him. But then, let's begin with the headlines first. The man who orchestrated the Kargil war today died in Dubai. Viewers, Pervez Musharraf is no more. Border Congress echoes pro-Pak line yet again, calls Kargil conspirator, force of peace.
सलमान देखा ही नहीं, हम तो खाली मेरा बेटी का ऊपर देखा कि मेरा 16 साल 12 साल का बेटी को आपने क्यों जुर्म किया.
All right, Himanta makes his stand clear on crackdown, shuns the position with what's communal defense. Six months after Republic's biggest financial expose, Modi government bans over 200 China-linked apps. Ex-cricketer Vinod Kambli booked for assaulting wife Andra in Mumbai. Chinese spy balloon over United States shot down. China threatens repercussions to the US. Well, the man who orchestrated the Kargil war today died in Dubai. Viewers, Pervez Musharraf is no more. His demise sparked a lively debate after the Congress and People's Democratic Party chief, Mufti, uttered some kind words for the architect of the 1999 Kargil war on Twitter. The eulogizing of the military dictator has drawn a sharp response from the BJP after Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, in fact, called him a real force for peace, despite his contribution in destabilizing the entire South Asia region for years. Take a look at this report and then we come back to discuss.
The key conspirator of the Kargil war with India. The dictator and former president of Pakistan, Pervez Musharraf, is no more. After a long bout of serious illness, Pervez Musharraf died at the American hospital in Dubai. Facing charges back home for the assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto in 2007.
All the roofs of the buildings around were occupied by police. All this was done. And the vehicle, of course, was bulletproof. The people sitting next to her, on her left is Mr. Amin Fahim, on her right was Naid Khan. Nobody gets hurt. Only she, when she rises outside, she decides to rise above the the roof. So this is the security.
Musharraf had been living in Dubai for the last 8 years. He was known as the architect of the Kargil war. The man who ordered his soldiers and terrorists to enter India to cut off Leh from Srinagar. It was a catastrophic military failure for Musharraf, who had pushed forward with the plan.
Former President and Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan, Pervez Musharraf, passed away due to a prolonged illness at the age of 79. He was in a self-imposed exile for the past 8 years, where he was living in Dubai. It was in Dubai where he was also receiving treatment for his illness. And it was at the age of 79 when he passed away, although he had expressed his desire to live the remaining years in Pakistan, but that had not happened.
Late Pervez Musharraf was a man who had plotted against India not just once, but many times. The Pakistan president also held a meeting with Kashmiri separatist leaders, to which Delhi made its displeasure known. Musharraf's government has also been accused of human rights abuses. But his fans in India have glorified him as a hero. Mehbooba Mufti said he genuinely tried to address the Kashmir issue, while Vadra Congress has called him real force for peace.
भारत के विरुद्ध किस प्रकार से बात करने का उनको मौका मिले, उनको एक समय चाहिए, और आज उनके देहांत पर ये इस प्रकार की बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। वो मुशर्रफ ही थे जिन्होंने कारगिल युद्ध को, लेकिन बाद में मुंह की खाई, और खास करके शशि थरूर जैसे जो लोग हैं उनको ऐसी बात करना अच्छा नहीं लगता। देश की राजनीति में उच्च पैरों पर रहे।
Can the war crimes of Pervez Musharraf be whitewashed? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, seems Gupkar and Congress have come together for a Pervez Musharraf gang. We'll try to understand. Joining me, Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson BJP, live from Mumbai. Karan Verma, author and political analyst, live from Delhi, is going to give a view against the Gupkar and Congress gang. Joining me also from Srinagar, live, Peer Vikarul Aslam, journalist and human rights activist, and from giving Congress view, Surendra Chauhan, advocate and political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. Mr. Chauhan, how are you going to defend praise of Pervez Musharraf, the architect of the 1999 Kargil war? And of course, the list of his crimes goes along. We'll enumerate some of them, but are you really defending Congress party's and PDP's praise of Pervez Musharraf?
There is no question of defending anyone at this time when a leader of a neighboring country has expired, and if somebody has tweeted something, so it can't be taken as a whip of Congress party. So I do not know why this has become a subject matter, and why the other people forgets that who goes to Pakistan to have biryani. So whenever a leader of a neighboring country or any leader in the country dies, you have to express your condolence. And if he has done something right, you have to raise that issue. If you have done something wrong, this is not a time to raise it.
Okay, you have made a couple of points. One is that this is not the Congress view, so I hope Shashi Tharoor is listening, because he in fact has called Pervez Musharraf a man of peace. And then you are saying that who went to Pakistan? That's a question which I would ask the BJP representative to respond. And then you are saying that it is just courtesy because a leader from our neighboring country has passed away. I think the responses, if you see coming in from Pakistan, would give a very different picture. Mr. Chauhan, but let me take this question to Rajiv Pandey. Rajiv Pandey, the fact that the back channel dialogue with Musharraf was happening even during the NDA one time when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister and LK Advani was the Deputy Prime Minister, and that's something we know as a fact, that back channel talks were going on. In fact, Musharraf, within 2 years of the Kargil war, did come to New Delhi and had a dialogue with the government at that time, and that's what Surendra Chauhan seems to be suggesting, that even the BJP was talking to him, and in fact, as late as recently, our Prime Minister went to Pakistan. So it's not about that the Congress party only is indulging with the Pakistani leadership.
You understand one thing. You know, Pervez Musharraf was architect of Kargil. That the whole world knows. When he became the president or the head of the state, at that time the situation was different. You know, when even Hitler was heading Germany, Neville Chamberlain went and met Hitler. I am saying, but after death of Hitler, after his suicide, Churchill did not write any poem that, you know, he was so good, he was so bad. What I am trying to say, there is two different aspects. You know, Pakistan is a nuclear country. Atalji tried for peace. Even our honorable Prime Minister, when he first became Prime Minister, he tried to give a chance to Pakistan for peace. But you see what Atalji did thereafter.
Yes.
When Parliament took place, Operation Parakram started, and that is the beginning of the end of the economy of Pakistan. Then what Modi ji did? You know, air strike, surgical strike, no business. And today, Pakistan is with a katora in one hand, atom bomb, another with a katora. Their now minister is saying. So what BJP government has done with the Pakistan or back channel, front channel, that is something else, because we have to give a chance. But the question is today of your debate, sir, that he is no more. As per Hindu rituals, we do not abuse anybody who is no more. But as he was a dictator of Pakistan, so we have to discuss what all he has done. He has killed several millions people. He's responsible. He himself said, I am supporting Jamaat-ud-Dawa, I am supporting Al-Qaeda, I am supporting Haqqani Network, I am supporting Lashkar-e-Toiba. And then what he did, when the moment Richard Arbiter said, either you support me or we'll send back Pakistan to a stone age, he has backstabbed his own people and more than 5 lakhs jihadists, which he only created. The interview is available. He killed them. He got killed by America and Pakistani army. What is trying to say? One second. What is the Pakistani frame with Congress party? What is the Pakistani frame with Congress party? When a person is being hated, he could not die in his own country. Why Shashi Tharoor or Mahbooba Mufti is so much in love with Pakistan, whose dictator could not get even 2 gaj zameen in his own country? Last line, sir. There is a Bahadur Shah Jafar's line. बहादुर शाह जफर लाइन इतना है बदनसीब जफर दफन के लिए 2 गज जमीन भी न मिली कुएं यार में. सो जिस आदमी को 2 गज जमीन अपने कंट्री में, पहले तो उसका जन्म हिंदुस्तान में हुआ, he was a bad guy, he left India, good that he has gone there. Then he movie was Pakistan. There also we know that history. 2 gaj zameen. That is my point, sir. And I am saying, last line.
Yeah, you have made your point. Let me take this back to Surendra Chauhan and try to understand. Let me take this back to Surendra Chauhan. No, you have made your point. You don't monopolize. We have to take this conversation forward also. Let me take this back to Surendra Chauhan before I go to Vakar. Before I go to Vikar and Karan and get Karan involved. Mr. Chauhan, essentially, the objection is not that you are being courteous and expressing condolences. The problem is that both Shashi Tharoor and Mehbooba Mufti, for different reasons perhaps, are sounding little starry-eyed about Pervez Musharraf. I mentioned the Kargil war, which has been talked about. The fact of the matter is, 9/11 happened when Pervez Musharraf was at the helm in Pakistan. Parliament terror attack 2001 in New Delhi happened when Pervez Musharraf was at the helm in Pakistan. Akshardham temple terror attack in Gandhinagar happened when Pervez Musharraf was at the helm in Pakistan. Simi metamorphosed into Indian Mujahideen with the backing of ISI when Pervez Musharraf was there. 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks happened, of course, after Pervez Musharraf had resigned, but the entire preparation period from 2006 to 2008 for those terror attacks, essentially when Pervez Musharraf was there. This is specific to India. You can express condolences, but out of politeness, you can't be indulging with someone who's directly or indirectly responsible for so much terror and mayhem in India. Mr. Chauhan.
What the BJP government was doing when the President Musharraf visited Delhi was that this was not there on that time. He came to Chandni Chowk, he had seen his place of birth. He was escorted by the Deputy Prime Minister on that time. So what was the issue on that time?
The issue on that time was...
No, what's the connection? You see, that was still the beginning, 2001, after the Kargil war. A possibility was being looked at whether to test General Musharraf, I believe. And after that, no indulgence.
So now
but
today
now
after
that we
his
know
death,
the entire history of that period, why you seem to be...
Now in 2023, after his death, now you want that we should discuss his past, or we should move forward now?
Abhishek, can I speak now, please?
But we shouldn't be praising him either.
Just give me one.
Well, we shouldn't be praising him either. Karan, hold on. I'll come to you, Mr. Pandey. Let me go to Karan on that note. Karan, the argument of the Congress party as being reflected by Mr. Surendra Chauhan is that either you let bygones be bygones, and you are just being courteous And it's not just the Congress party which was talking to Pervez Musharraf during the time that he was causing mayhem in the country. Even the BJP openly wooed him. Karan, do you really see it in this manner? The kind of fawning tweets that have come from Shashi Tharoor and Mehbooba Mufti?
You know, Abhishek, it's one thing to let bygones be bygones, but we have to set the nationalistic narrative right. He was a butcher of Kargil who had the blood of 500 plus Indian soldiers on his hands, and it's good riddance to bad rubbish when he's dead. May he pay for his sins. That is the nationalistic narrative that New India wants. He was an enemy of the state, an enemy of our great country. Period. If that is not percolating across, if that is not resonating across Congress, then they are anti-national today. Let's make no bones about it. And as far as the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, wooing him, I think that was a strategic blunder. Within 2 years of IC-814 being hijacked, Parliament being attacked, and the Kargil war, I think it was not something that even Vajpayee Sahab was very proud of back then. It is Mr. Modi who has set the narrative right. He has made it clear. No business with Pakistan. If they continue with something, surgical strikes await them. That is the answer we need to have. We cannot fawn over Mr. Pervez Musharraf saying he was fond of Dhoni. Somebody saying he was fond of Tunde Kebab. He was coming on the couch with Koyal. We care a damn about that. He was an enemy of the state who took pride in having Osama bin Laden and Hafiz as his heroes. Such an abomination who was sent away from his own country on corruption charges.
Karan.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. You know, Karan, you have made very valid points. Pervez Musharraf was someone who was, running with the hare and hunting with the hounds, as it is said. He was all in praise for Taliban. He was even as trying to project a picture that he was with the Americans. He was all in praise for the Haqqani network. He was calling them their heroes. Under his watch, Osama bin Laden, in fact, crossed the mountains from the other side and came to live in Pakistan, right under the nose of Rawalpindi generals.
He was extremely proud of this, Abhishek.
And he was very proud of all that. No, let me get. Before I go to Suren Chauhan with that litany of that list of Pervez Musharraf crimes, let me get Peer Vikarul Islam also involved in this. Peer Vikarul Islam. Mehbooba's tweet almost seems to be shooting from the shoulders of dead Pervez Musharraf and taking pot shots at the present government that they have done away with whatever confidence building measures were taken between Musharraf and the then government led by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. You see, the Kashmir solution, about which some people are very starry-eyed, Aslam, involved co-sharing Kashmir with Pakistan. It's a preposterous idea. Nobody in India of today would accept sharing Kashmir with Pakistan. We in fact want Pak-occupied Kashmir back as India's territory. Vika, you think Mehbooba Mufti is playing politics on the death of Pervez Musharraf? In fact, not condoling the death, but using that opportunity to take pot shots at the government in Delhi.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un, but I would like to look at it objectively rather being subjective about the matter. Mr. Michael Kargil, Deputy Director of Asia Program of Wilson Center, that's a think tank based in Washington DC, has observed that, let's not forget, Musharraf was the only Pakistani leader that came closer to making peace with India. If he would have achieved it, his legacy would have been different. I would like to question, and I mean, you should question all the Indian leaders, be it diplomatic or on the political front, that their legacy will be questioned if they do not resolve or achieve peace in Jammu and Kashmir. So I think you should give due credit to Musharraf where it is due. Vajpayee met him in Agra, he met him in Delhi, he met him in Nepal, he went and met him in Pakistan. When the BJP government's founding member and a leader has no problem in meeting with Musharraf and brokering a peace deal, why would the current government object and reject Musharraf and his legacy?
No, there is a reason why not just the current government, not just the present government, but the entire nation rejects the formula that Musharraf had given for Kashmir. You know, it amounted to sharing India's sovereignty over Jammu and Kashmir. Karan, you know, I'm just reading the 4 points about which many in the Congress, because it was seen as a Congress baby, are starry-eyed. In fact, remember, we had a book coming out by a former foreign secretary and a national security advisor suggesting that even Siachen was to be demilitarized. Now, as per this 4-point program, back-channel contacts between Pakistan and India happened, of course, between Musharraf and both Vajpayee government and the Manmohan Singh government. And the first point of that solution was a joint mechanism for management of Jammu and Kashmir between India and Pakistan. Second point was permitting self-government without independence. So this was seen as some kind of concession that Pakistan will not call for independence of Kashmir, but then it will get a finger in the pie, it will get a toehold, it will jointly manage Jammu and Kashmir. Karan, you think in the present scenario with abrogation of Article 370 behind us, did we really have smart people negotiating from our side to be talking about jointly managing Jammu and Kashmir?
One of the good things, Abhishek, revisiting what you just said, that formula is how far we've come. And we should be very proud of that. From thinking along these lines, from at least even these things coming in the public domain to now where Article 370 is removed, and we are talking of POK being handed over to us in the not so distant future. I can tell you the way Pakistan is self-imploding from within, a failed state. I think we've come a long way in terms of foreign policy, and under the Modi government, we made giant strides today. Kashmir is today on the path of peace and prosperity. The tourism numbers in Kashmir are a record high. We have seen unprecedented development in the last 1 year. And I can tell you this, we are very, very proud that Kashmir, our shining crown, is with us, and it's stronger than ever with us. So there is no question of concession with a failed state like Pakistan. They can't even retain whatever they have. Wait for the day when they completely self-implode. Aate dal ka bhav unko वैसे ही पता चल चुका है. Inflation is through the roof. They are a failed state. And Mr. Musharraf, if his legacy is talking about, his legacy is of a failed dictator who ran away from his own country. He failed at everything in the end and died a lonely death. So that is what his legacy is. And India's legacy is going to be going from strength to strength, where Kashmir is as integral a part of India as any other place.
Yeah, Mr. Pandey, you think all this has happened because both Mehbooba and Shashi Tharoor of the Vadra Congress, they are little starry-eyed about a general who projected a picture of very modernist leader. You know, he would get pictured with a cigar, he would have a picture with a whiskey glass in his hands, he would try to tell the world with these images that he was the modern Kemal Ataturk and wanting to modernize Pakistan. He tried to send, or he did send army inside the Lal Masjid in Islamabad in 2007, trying to tell the world that, oh, see, he is fighting the war on terror on behalf of the world. Did Congress get taken in with this imagery and invested too much in a plan on Jammu and Kashmir, which would have been preposterous?
Abhishek ji, he in VP Malik Saab's book, he has argued that he was a bad general also. He failed everywhere. Today he is no more, so I am not commenting, but we have to discuss his achievements and loss. You know, he did not get any success in Afghanistan or in Jammu and Kashmir. Now the issue is, Indian so-called liberals, why they were supporting him, that you should ask them only. Today one of the Congress representative on your show is saying, why we are discussing him? We are not discussing Pervez Musharraf. We know very well, and Modi Sarkar knows very well, Modi ji knows very well, how Pakistani military establishment and political leadership is behaving. The issue is, we are not discussing General Musharraf. We are discussing the people who are living in this country, like Mehbooba Mufti. She is eating, drinking everything in India, and she is trying to twist the facts in support for Pakistan. It's a Pakistani print. Just one line, sir. What Shashi Tharoor is doing, Shashi Tharoor is trying to do something which is very sad. And last line I will tell you, whoever is talking like this about General Pervez Musharraf, they are talking about they are forgetting Saurav Kalia. You know how he was killed. Yes. Everybody is aware. Gentiles were cut. Ears were pierced.
I will take that. Okay, I will take that to Suren Chauhan. I will take that to Suren Chauhan, but before that, Vikarul Islam, you see, now what comes out is Pervez Musharraf said, okay, fine, no Azadi to Jammu and Kashmir. Just give us some say, right? We had General Bajwa, who has just retired, saying that we are willing to forget Jammu and Kashmir for the next 20 years. ये काहे की आज़ादी की बात होती है कश्मीर में, वैली में? आप तो आई नो आप नहीं करते हैं, बट काहे की आज़ादी? पाकिस्तान बैक करने को तैयार नहीं है, उनको सिर्फ अपना पाउंड ऑफ फ्लैश चाहिए, न्यूसेंस बने रहने को चाहिए, उसके अलावा दे डोंट वांट टू do anything with Jammu and Kashmir. You think it's a lesson for starry-eyed people like Mehbooba Mufti to stop looking towards Pakistan for any solutions finally?
Mr. Kapoor, you need to understand that Mehbooba Mufti or Shashi Tharoor or anyone who is, saying these things, the point is they very well know that a stable Pakistan means a peaceful India, peace in India. They understand that Pakistan needs to be a stable country, whereas the Bajpa government is ready to destabilize Pakistan, a nuclear state.
Maybe times have changed,
does not care the repercussions it would have on Indian nation.
So
a defining factor of
what is called Pakistan is just around Lahore, you know.
We are absolutely fine with an unstable Pakistan. We want Pakistan to implode into 4 parts.
Yeah, maybe times have changed. That's what I was saying, Mr. Pandey. But let me take this final word.
You are hit by naivety. You don't know what that means.
You know,
a military chief from Indian side wouldn't have said the same thing.
I know exactly what I mean.
It's not your life at stake.
Exactly know what I mean.
It's not your life at stake. It is the lives of soldiers.
To reduce it to a rump of what is called Punjab is fine enough. It's fine enough with us. It's fine enough with us. It's an independent Balochistan, independent Sindh, independent Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is anyway independent now. Because you are not even aware of the ground reality. The writ of Pakistani state does not run in the entire Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The writ of Pakistani state does not run in most of Balochistan. The writ of Pakistani state almost is ineffective in Gilgit-Baltistan.
For you, peace is
whatever is left
for us, peace
would
is
go.
everything.
Whatever is left would go by and by. That's where Pakistan is hurtling down to. My last word to Suren Chauhan, if he can still defend the Congress party. Ravi Pandey said, what about the blood of Saurabh Kalia? Suren Chauhan, can you really defend that and call Pervez Musharraf a man of peace?
Gentlemen, nobody can defend the blood of Saurabh Kalia. They are the heroes of our country. Fact of the matter is, you are on the tweet of Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor in his tweet is simply saying that yes, once an implacable foe of India. So means he was a negative person. But he instead of creating an hysteria,
he was not a man of
started
peace.
some peace talks also. So he was just talking about that. He was not praising him. Kindly show the tweet of Shashi Tharoor and then discuss.
No. He has called him man of peace. He has called him man of peace. That's unfair. I think I'll have to end this debate here. It's ironic. It's really ironic. No. Thank you so much, Mr. Suren Chauhan, Peer Vikarul Islam, Karan Verma, and of course Rajiv Pandey of the BJP. You know, it's ironic that when Pervez Musharraf is seen as a villain in great part of Pakistan and its politics, we have some people here in India being starry-eyed about him. Of course, may his soul rest in peace, but that does not mean he became a man of peace. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this Sunday evening. A short break. On the other side, Shawan is back with another round of the burning question.
trending burning question.